Okay, so we are heading out of the house right now. One thing I have noticed, and open the door, is my house is not wheelchair accessible. Can't do this with one hand. Okay, so heading to the store right now. It's gonna be like the first test of the wheelchair. First real test, we're gonna go into Target. I'm gonna do my best to film, but honestly, I don't know how much I'm gonna film. So this is gonna be more of a vlog style, very rough, but I just wanted to kind of see if any interesting challenges pop up while I'm doing this. Just so you guys know, if you watch me making the wheelchair video, you'll have the explanation of why I'm doing this. But if you didn't see that and you're watching this one, I am not a wheelchair user. I'm not a part-time wheelchair user. I do not need a wheelchair, and hopefully I never will. I am a shop owner and I make gear for Service Dog. Canine Blueprint is my business for that. I have a couple items that are designated, made thoughtfully for wheelchair users. I do not have a wheelchair, I do not use a wheelchair, so I don't really know what they need. This is kind of an experiment, I guess you could say, on my part, for experience about using a wheelchair, so that I can help make better products for wheelchair users that use service dogs. I do use a service dog. Elsa is a medical alert service dog. I'm not taking my pet into the store with a wheelchair pretending she's a service dog. She is actually a service dog. She is trained for medical alert, and she doesn't really know anything about wheelchairs. So she may be acting a little off in this video. That's because she hasn't really been with the wheelchair. So it's going to be a learning experience for her too. I plan to also make some videos to help wheelchair users that are either a user that is going to get a dog or is trying to train their own dog, and for service dog people that have their medical condition is degrading their health to the point that they now need a wheelchair. So I'm going to be making videos on the basic training that your dog needs to be able to work around a wheelchair, some tips for using a wheelchair with a service dog, how to navigate basically, and also be experimenting with gear and hopefully making better products for those who use wheelchairs. So that is basically the preference of why I'm doing this, and maybe I'll have some funny mess ups or whatever that you guys can laugh at, have a good time. I did not take apart my wheelchair, I just folded it up, and it actually sits in the back seat. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I do plan on doing the whole transfer thing, and how you can, you know, different ways you can do it, and maybe experiment with maybe what's the safest way to perform that, whether you should get the dog out first or the chair out first. Obviously you should always experiment with yourself and see what's better for you, but I'll probably experiment with different ways you can do that, and how to teach your dog to do certain commands safely, and stuff like that. So I hope you guys look forward to this video series that's going to be coming up, but today just enjoy our vlog of us, me and Elsa, tackling Target for the first time with the wheelchair. Enjoy! Okay, so we just got here to the Target parking lot. I'm just gonna kind of get out and pull it out of the side because it's really, I didn't take it apart and I don't think I could pull it over my shoulder and have it through the door. Elsa's back there. I kind of parked out in the middle of nowhere so that no one parks next to me, hopefully. We're here kind of early in the morning. It's almost 12 o'clock. So hopefully no one's going to park next to me because that's going to be a butt to get back in. obviously, like I said, I don't actually need a wheelchair, so I don't have a handicap placard or anything like that, and I don't need one, so I'm just going to be parking out in the middle of nowhere, and hopefully no one will park next to me. I should be able to get on in any door, so as long as someone doesn't park on both sides of me, I think I'm good. If so, I guess I'll just put it on a planter so it doesn't roll away, pull into another parking spot, and then put it in the car. But we're not probably going to be in here very long. And yeah, let's see how this works. Ready to go, Elsa? Elsa! Elsa, over here. Hi. You ready to go? Silly goof. Alright. I am going to be using a Geneleader, because just in case, I really don't want her pulling me all over the place. So I am going to be using Geneleader and her wrist leash that I sell for service dogs that are wheelchair users. So I just made it to Target, and that was actually quite a bit of a roll for me. There is definitely a little bit of a hill that you really don't notice when you're walking. Going up the little curb, luckily it wasn't actually a curb, but it did kind of throw you up a little forcefully, and I felt like I was going to come forward, so I actually put my foot down on the ground. Fail one, but at least I didn't go face plant on the concrete. But right after I got up, I thought that was the hard part, started rolling, and the cracks right here are really big for my wheelchair. And these things came off. They flew off. So I'm saying right now, if I just want to carefully go in, and because I actually have to get some shopping done, or if I just want to turn around and go home. So that's kind of the idea. Elsa's doing great. I didn't even put a Geneleader on her. She's doing really well. So I may go up and down a couple times and see if it's gonna work. If not, I'm probably gonna just go back to the car. Fail. Wheelchair failed. Back. Good girl. Back, back. Here. Sit. Good girl.
go. Left. Good girl. Go. Go, 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 go. Back. Elsa, come here. So we just had ourselves a epic failure. Both of the screws pulled directly out, and it still rolls. So I don't know, I didn't go get the screws, but yeah, and I don't really think it was that big of a bump either. So maybe not folding. I think we're gonna have to ditch that thing. Kinda sucks. Okay guys, so I just wanted to kind of show you what really happened to the wheelchair after our little Target visit. I kind of briefly just rewatched the video and realized I really didn't catch any of it on film. So basically what happened is the staples, or screws down here. Okay, so the screws down here essentially just rip straight out. It also, because of the weird pressure on it, I still went back to the car like this. It still worked, but because of the weird pressure, this one became extremely loose. You can kind of see it there, how this one's so loose, and this one's still nice and tight. A lot of thinking went into it, and I think the idea right now is to go ahead and get rid of the hinge. I don't think I can make it strong enough, and still have it be decently cheap. I don't think they have strong enough hinges, and even if I put a stronger screw into it, which I could do, the hinge itself is a little bent. Like now it barely moves because it just got bent, and that's on both sides. So I think even if I put like mega screws in it, it's still not gonna really work. And the latches on the other side also, they're just not strong enough. So I'm just going to kind of cut my losses, and what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and take the latches and the hinges off. I'm probably going to put the latches, if I can, on the back of the seat so that I can like lock out the back of the seat since I have them. But what's going to happen is we're going to probably put a dowel or something, like drill 2 holes in this side and that side and glue it together, and then I'm going to take a piece of basically like sheet metal, kind of like what we did with these, but it'll be bent, just to screw into these 2 pieces after they're glued in. That way they won't move, and it's basically going to become one piece, and hopefully that will work. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what happened during that little road trip. So yeah, basically these are not strong enough, and really I found on the package it's only rated for like 5 pounds. So I was hoping, because I was pairing it and then how it was attached, where most of the pressure would be just wood to wood, these would just be helping lining it up. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and I'm just going to have to make it one solid piece anyway. So that is just the quick little update I'll probably put at the end of the Target video that you're probably watching right now, just to kind of help explain what happened. Okay, so just going back and forth on one of these little lines in the garage. It seems to be fine. So we may do a outing later to see if it holds. Hopefully it does look quite ugly with these not lining up at all. It's kind of bugging me, but this one's smooth, so it shouldn't take that much sanding, just the edges. This one definitely has a lip to it, so, but it's a work in progress, and right now it is working, so I am happy that it is working. So yeah, we'll see if it continues working, hopefully.